In this video, we're going to look at some further examples of applying the triangle inequality. Again, to recapture, the triangle inequality says that given the three sides of a triangle, the sum of any two sides is going to be bigger than the third side length. Different way of saying that, there are really three inequalities. If the three lengths are x, y, z, then x plus y bigger than z, x plus z bigger than y, and y plus z bigger than x. That's the triangle inequality. Let's look at one example. A triangle has integer side length. If the length of two sides are 7 and 9 respectively, how many values are possible for the third side? Let's draw it out of the triangle. We know the two sides are 7 and 9. And let's call this as x. How many different values are possible for x? And it's important that they are integer side length. Okay? Without this, there are infinite possible values for x. But when it's integer, then the x will be limited. From the triangle inequality, we know that x is going to be less than the sum of the other two sides, 7 plus 9, which is 16. Can x be too small? We know it cannot. Let's say x cannot be 1, because if you're using the triangle inequality applying to this side length, then x plus 7 has to be bigger than 9. So we know that x plus 7 has to be bigger than 9, which means that x has to be bigger than 2. So combining these two inequalities together as one inequality, x has to be less than 16 and bigger than 2. So what does that mean? So x can be 3, 4, all the way to 15. How many numbers there are? It will be a little trick. The total number is 15 minus 3 has to be plus 1 equals 13 possible values. Okay? Some people will just translate this one into, let's minus 2 from everything. The number of 3 to 15 is the same as from 1 to all the way to 13. And here, 1 to 13, the total number is 13 numbers. It's much easier. A lot of students will make the mistake from 3 to 15, there are 12 numbers, which is something that you have to be very careful about. That's for this problem. Let's look at another example. The line distance from point A to B is 2, from B to C is 3. What is the minimum line distance from A to C? What is the maximum? If we draw out this, you will see that this is just very similar to the last question. From A to B, this is A to B, is 2, and B to C is 3. How large? What is the minimum line distance from A to C? What is the minimum value of this, and what is the maximum value of this? If I call this as x, then we know that x plus 2 has to be bigger than 3. So means that x has to be bigger than 1. At the same time, x cannot be too large. It has to be less than the sum of the other two lengths. So it's x has to be less than 2 plus 3, which is 5. So the results are very simple. The minimum is 1 and the maximum is 5. Okay, this is a very simple result. But let's using picture to see this a little bit more visually. A to B is 2. We fix that. Okay. This is 2. Now, B to C, distance is 3. What are the points that, given this B, the distance is 3? Now, we know that that's going to be a circle. All the points that with distance 3 to B is a circle with radius 3. So I'm going to draw a circle. It's not going to be a perfect circle, but I will try as best as possible. Okay, it's a very, very bad circle. All right, I will try to make it slightly better. Okay, so the radius is 3. And these are the potential C points. All right, now on this potential points of C, where it should be so that it will have the smallest distance. Although the C's can be anywhere on this circle, okay? Assume this is a circle. Where should it be so that AC is the smallest? And where it should be that AC is the largest? From this graph, you will see that the minimum point is going to be somewhere here. Actually, it will be a straight line, just extend to there. That will be the C smallest. Let's call it smallest as a minimum. The C minimum point will be here. And the largest point is actually on this. And this will be the C max. So sometimes it's very, very useful to draw a picture on your scratch paper to illustrate all the constraints, all the conditions that are given, and to see intuitively where the minimum and the maximum should be. And that is a technique. It's going to be extremely useful as you learn more and more math. And it also helps you understand the concepts of math.